What is up, you guys? It's your girl Lay, and today I thought that I've got a little bit of a late head start for you guys. I don't know if it's just me and a few of the schools out here in Texas, but I have not started school yet. But I've heard that some other schools have. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just upload a little school video, but not to make it boring. I'm just gonna give you a few couple of tips and a few things that, I've experienced so far in high school. I'll be going into my senior year of high school this year, so I can only tell you from freshman year up until junior year. And I guess I could give you both aspects of private school and public school because I attended both. So might as well tell you that. So first thing, hey Max. So first thing I thought I should tell you is that in freshman year I went to public school. Freshman year and sophomore year I went to public school. Wearing a uniform is not fun, especially whenever you have a uniform that's bright colored and you have one very large stripe going across your chest like this. It's not cute at all. PE clothes, I cannot begin to even tell you how embarrassing it was. Do you know how many times I got called a huge traffic cone? Like, that's fun. So I think that I could give you this perspective more on the plus size side, but it could apply to the smaller people as well. I could definitely say that I experienced a lot of things in high school so far. Maybe I'll do that for another video, but for this one, I think I'll just give you some tips, some things that you might expect if you're going to be like a freshman this year or something. Or if you're going back into another grade, I can give you tips on those. So, freshman year, I went to private school. I've never been much of a messy person. I don't really get into beef. I don't really have beef with people. I hardly ever do. But if I do, something has gone down and it definitely was not me. Just kidding. But the majority of the time, I don't really get things because I'm the kind of person, I think it would definitely help. A lot of people thought this way. Not that I'm saying I'm trying to get you under my logical bless you-ness. That was Xander. But I'm saying that if you have a problem with somebody, I think you should definitely talk it out first. If nothing else, try talking it out. Because the worst that could happen is that you talk to the girl or the guy, whomever it may be, whomever they are. Talk to the guy, the girl, they say they don't want to talk. Cool. But if they start saying your name afterwards, if they keep having your name in their mouths, then that's a big problem. That's a bigger problem. Because that's something that could have been so avoided. Like, you don't want to say it to my face, but you want to go say it behind my back? Now, I'm not condoning violence by any means necessary. Okay? I'm not condoning violence by any means necessary. I do not believe that you should go and whoop up on a little girl or guy if they have put your names in their mouths. I do not believe that you should go and whoop their behinds. So, I think definitely talking is something that I guess helped me get across high school pretty effectively. A lot of people like to they don't like to, but they misunderstand some things that people say, or they hear rumors, and the first thing that they do is be like, oh, so such and so talk about la 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 da 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 da. Boom. The way I handled it, the way I usually nipped it in the bud, because especially as a new girl, I moved around schools a lot, simply because my mom's job moved us around a lot. Sorry, that was the house phone, y'all. But one way that I definitely avoided fights, beef with pretty much anybody, I go and ask them myself. Now, me being the friendly giant that I am, I don't know, it may, how do you say it? It may apply to different schools, you know? The behavior of kids in schools is not gonna be the same because, Jesus. Oh Lord, I'm about to die. Oh Jesus. I ran up all them stairs. Why did I do that? But the way the children act in the school, it's not gonna always be the same. And on top of that, I wouldn't call it an advantage, but I would definitely say that it was a comfort way for me to know that, one, I'm a larger person than pretty much anybody else. I was voted tallest girl in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Okay. I'm a lot bigger than people in general. Okay. Let's just break it down that way. I'm dang near 6 feet tall, and I'm a great weight. I'm not skinny mini. I feel like it wasn't really an advantage, but it was a comfort way for me to know that nobody would really want to mess with me. Nobody really did, and if they did, there's some psychological problems going on because everybody at my school, teachers and all, not in a bad way, but they knew my name, they knew who I was. I always made sure that not deliberately, but I gave people the kind of attitude that I would want them to give me. I feel like a lot of people lack respect nowadays. They feel like, oh, I'm gonna just come up into this school because I know somebody gonna be after me. No, that is not always the case. But if it is, sophomore year was pretty much the same, except for some small BS that went down behind me and my best friend at the time. Communication lacks, ignorance was another one. It was just a lot of miscommunication and ignorance, simply because she thought that I was arguing about her wanting to like my ex, when that wasn't it. I'm not gonna get into it through the whole thing, another story time, but I was offended and I was hurt because I felt like it was a very dishonest thing whenever I had to find out through the grapevine that my best friend had a crush on my ex. So I'm like, let me go ask her. So I tried to go ask her, and all of a sudden she just goes off on me in the middle of lunch. Don't really know what happened after that. You know, I cried a little bit because I was hurt. You know, you lose a best friend, and it was sad because I was so close with her family. I was so close with her siblings. Like, I don't even know really what happened, how her siblings, her half-siblings felt about this. I don't really know how they feel about it. Never spoke to them after the whole ordeal. I was just like, you know what? I can do better than this. I don't have to stick to one person. That's one thing that I think people should really definitely think about to themselves. That they don't have to just seclude themselves to one group of people. Like, for the longest while I was friends with her, it was just me, her, and this other girl. All right? That was our group. I spoke to other people outside of my group because I had friends before then, you know? But once I got to high school, they were my little clique. But it was good that I still had friends outside of them, and I still kind of talked to them every once in a while, you know? Because those two girls, they didn't really speak to anybody else outside of our little clique. They didn't really do much. They didn't go into sports and stuff like that. Like, I was like, you guys, you know, let's go do the cheer team. Let's join the cheer team. Let's do this X, Y, Z. And they'd be like, I don't know. So, drug them to the cheer team. They ended up not doing it, but I became the co-captain of the cheer team first year. Like, it doesn't hurt to put yourself out there. I think that's definitely one thing. You can't just be so gun-held on your friends, you know? Like, if your friends are really your friends, they'll understand that you're doing something because it interests you, it'll benefit you in the long run, and that it makes you happy. if you're doing something along those lines, you're good. Now, if you're trying to say like you want to grow up to be, I don't know, something bad, do something that's not right, and your friends say, hey, I don't know, you know, girl, I don't want to be involved in this, then they have every right to say that. But if you feel like it's something that you really like doing and it's a positive thing and it's gonna benefit you in some form or way, then definitely go ahead and do it. And I feel like that they would have stopped me. Another lesson, do not let your friends try to stop you. They didn't want to come to tutorials with me. I was trying to go to tutorials anytime I could. By the way, my geometry teacher tried to get me in trouble with my mother, saying that I hardly ever came when he knew good and well I showed up every day. Come on now, Mr. Bowling. Don't do that. Don't do me like, why you have to do me like that, Mr. Bowling? I just really think that man didn't like me. Anyways, so don't let your friends get you caught up in being boring, not letting you get into anything, into any clubs. If you feel like you want to be in a club, go be in a club. If your friends don't want to do it, oh well. Because, you know, there's definitely a lot of things that'll hold people back because they'll have friends that don't want to do certain things, like join the softball team because they think that they absolutely suck at it. You know what? You may suck at it, but that's why they have practice. Practice makes perfect, and it's the truth. So, friends are something that'll definitely have you messed up if you don't make sure you have your priorities in check. So after all the little ordeal, the beef went down, I had friends to fall back on, and those friends became even better friends because they were there for me through the whole crying experiences, understanding why I was upset, and not because it was from an ex. It was because I lost a friend behind her thinking that it was because of the ex, and it really was not. I swear to God it wasn't. Anywho, another thing, tip here, please bring deodorant. And if you don't know what deodorant is, deodorant, okay? Bring deodorant with you. Make sure you apply some before you leave the house. Like once you take your shower in the mornings, slap, 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 head out. Now some people may have PE during the day. If you have shower rooms, use those shower rooms. Yeah, I know that the break is maybe like 5 minutes in between. The teacher normally lets you out maybe like 5 minutes before, 5 or 8 minutes before class ends. Use that time. Don't sit up there and try to like, haha, kiki with everybody. No, don't do that. Get your little shower together. Make sure you smell good and fresh. Deodorant, okay? And then leave out of the classroom, the shower locker room. Whatever you have to do, make sure that your hygiene is definitely on point. Something that people don't like is bad breakfasts. Gum cannot replace toothpaste. People get this messed up. They think that because they're in a rush in the mornings and they don't brush their teeth, we can smell the morning through their gum. We can, people. All right. Got that out of the air. It's done. No more gum for toothpaste. So I'm not gonna make this crazy long, but basically the last point that I want to tell you is something that I definitely dealt with throughout high school, and I'm just gonna call it, I don't know, I'm gonna call it hurt feelings, because that's exactly what it is. It's your feelings getting hurt behind somebody calling you something that you know isn't true, or if it is true and you already know it. For example, because I am plus size, people will be like, oh, you know, you're big, you're fat. And now I have hit such a low in my life with people and their shenanigans and their ignorance. Nothing could ever faze me. You can ask any of my friends. We clown each other and it is no end. Feelings are not hurt. But back then, freshman year, middle school, whatever, I took everything. I didn't take what they said for the group. I took it as it meant everything. Not that I really cared, and it's not like I didn't know that I was big. I've been big for as long as I can remember, but people would like to call me fat. like to call me a big girl, like to call me XYZ. Oh, she was this, this, and this. I don't know why I was so hurt, like I didn't know it, but it was just like, wow. In my mind, it was kind of like, wow, why would you say that about me and I didn't even say anything to you? But after a while, I was just kind of like, I don't care. Especially if people don't know you like that. Cut it. It does not matter. When I tell you the irrelevance of people trying to get up underneath your skin in high school, it is literally irrelevant. And I know a lot of people say that it's hard to get over because, you know, it's high school, you want to have fun, but at the same time, you have to understand that at the end of the day, there are, at least where I was, there were no popular girls, popular boys. Everybody was pretty much neutral. All right, you had some of the people that were better known, yeah, but nobody was better than the next person. We knew this because it was at private school. It's more about the grades, okay? It's everywhere. It's about the grades, but it's really about the grades at private school. So we could care less what somebody else said. If you go and check their GPA and their GPA is much lower than yours, skirt, bye. And my GPA was pretty dang high up there, as I could say. So I could care less what someone else would say about me. But the words were still effective. As they would say, your words are harsher than your hands. They're bigger weapons than your physical body, and it's definitely the truth. Even though, you know, some people may agree and disagree on some certain parts of that, it's the truth. It's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I definitely think that you should just take whatever people say with a grain of salt, because it ain't the truth.